What if the thing that suddenly made you famous suddenly stopped working? For most artists, heartbreak is a phase within their song. For Olivia Rodrigo, heartbreak is what gave her her big break. Hi, my name is Lucy and welcome back to my channel. She exploded onto the music scene after starring on the Disney Channel with songs about betrayal, jealousy, anger, and devastating breakups that I think a lot of us can relate to in some way, which is one of the reasons she exploded. She captured and continues to capture emotions in a way that a lot of young people can't express completely, and that's one of the reasons I believe she went viral. But now Olivia Rodrigo is facing a problem that almost every successful musical artist has eventually encountered. She's happy. And that might be the biggest risk she's ever taken, because history shows that fans want the artist to grow. Till they actually do, they kind of backtrack that. So why are people talking so much about Olivia Rodrigo and her new upcoming album? And why could a love album be far more dangerous for her career than another breakup album? Let's talk about this one. So if you don't know already, Olivia Rodrigo became famous on the Disney Channel, but that's not where she got her first major global break. Her first major global break was when she released her song Driver's License. She grew up in California, became a star as a child, and later moved into music, and that is where her career took off. Her song Driver's License is quite a depressing song, but it's like one of those really tragically beautiful song. I really particularly love the chorus in that. It makes me want to tear up. And I do think she's got a beautiful voice, and I do quite like some of her songs. It wasn't until that song came out that she got her first big break, and there was a lot of decoding in that song that revealed that the song was actually about a former Disney Channel co-star, Joshua Bassett. Joshua Bassett and Olivia Rodrigo dated for a couple of years, and they split in the summer of 2020. Shortly after that, became invested in a relationship with artist Sabrina Carpenter, who also starred on the Disney Channel. Now, it has been reported that Sabrina and Olivia were friends at one point on the Disney Channel, and they very well might have been. It seems, legit enough. They both worked on the Disney Channel. They're both around the same age, but this guy got in between them. And she says this in the song and makes comments within the lyrics about a blonde girl who everybody believes to be Sabrina Carpenter. And it was actually kind of becoming more obvious to the point where it's fact when Sabrina Carpenter released her song Skins, released a few months after Olivia and Joshua's split. This music video and this song was supposed to be in response to Driver's License and commenting back on a certain lyric that Olivia had included in that song about a blonde girl. So it's like so obvious that this is fact. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to work that out. So she responds in that song, in that video, but within that video you see clips of a Joshua Bassett look-alike and Sabrina herself getting a bit too cozy, which I'm sorry, I don't respect. I really do like some of Olivia Rodrigo's songs, and I do like some of Sabrina Carpenter's songs, but I've slowly kind of been losing respect for Sabrina Carpenter with her recent releases and her concert performances because of how provocative they are, and Olivia Rodrigo, from what I have seen, doesn't appear to have sold a soul to the devil in that sense. So there's a lot going on there, but when I actually looked into the backstory of this and saw what Sabrina did in that video towards a heartbroken young girl, it kind of gave me like Mean Girl vibes, and I really didn't like it, and I was disappointed, but I wasn't entirely surprised at that behaviour. Anyway, you can see, whether this matters or not, you can see that Olivia Rodrigo's music video Driver's License has not only got 10 times more views than Sabrina Carpenter's Skin music video, but it's also got an excessive amount of likes, thumbs up in comparison. So that kind of shows you the fan base within that story if you know about the story. Joshua Bassett and Sabrina Carpenter clearly went out for a while, but they don't go out anymore to my knowledge. So this is stuff that's happened over the past few years. It was precisely, however, the split between Olivia and Joshua that made her famous. It's what kickstarted her career. If that hadn't have happened, would she have written that song? Would that song have gone viral? Would it have made her the star that she is today? It's a blessing in disguise in a way, and I'm sure she's so much better off without a jerk like that. Because Olivia Rodrigo gained fame from songs about heartbreak and stuff like that, something that's relatable to a lot of young girls, a lot of girls in general. So to go from that to then happy love story song, is that really the image that people or her fans are expecting from? Like I say, I'm not like a massive fan of her or anything. I do like a few of her songs. But every artist has got to develop at some point, and every artist goes through certain phases. At least we can say that it doesn't appear to be a provocative phase where she's doing what Sabrina Carpenter's, but she is doing something a bit different. And the thing is, a lot of people are scared about change and what that could involve, and that's probably why people are questioning this sudden shift, if you like. But that's the curse of success, isn't it? There's a strange paradox. It's like she became famous for that, so is this shift a good thing? Is she going to be as popular? Is she going to lose fans because of it? It's a dangerous thing that I feel like most artists, if not all artists, have to go through in order to get to the point where they want to become the person they want to be. And everybody grows, everybody develops. It's just they're doing it in the public eye, so of course they've got a lot more pressure. Things are raw, they're messy. But I would actually say that love songs are harder than breakup songs, because you got to think about your favorite breakup song, right? They're full of conflict, questions, regret, potentially guilt, grief, ultimately pain. But happiness? It's much harder. Nobody really wants to listen to a song of somebody saying everything is great and I'm having a wonderful time, especially if that person is themselves not in a good place. The challenge isn't writing a love song. The challenge is writing an interesting love song that people are actually going to listen to and enjoy and get invested in. And that's why Olivia's new album title, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, is not a simple happy love title. It's kind of contradictory. So I think that by that title, she's trying to kind of combine her old self to her new identity that she's trying to create. It also suggests that love doesn't solve all your problems. In fact, it suggests the opposite. Maybe being in love creates new fears. And it does. It creates some kind of vulnerability and anxiety that you might have not had before, and that you don't have to consider if you're not in love with somebody. It just means that love can be complicated, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't go ahead and experience it. So we're talking about a complicated album, but maybe that's exactly what Olivia Rodrigo needs in her image shift. So as a whole, fans are going to be questioning what the change is for and why she needs to change, because they get scared about, you know, the big change and who her identity is, who she sees herself as, the formula of her songs and stuff like that. But there is a hidden danger in that strategy. If you never evolve, people will get bored, and that goes with anything. And that's why a new album always feels like a new career test, if you like. I mean, at least we can say that she's not releasing an album cover like Sabrina Carpenter's late last year, because I did a video on that and that was insanely questionable and so disappointing to see such a misogynistic album cover come from this what used to be a Disney Channel star. And yes, I get people evolve, people grow and stuff like that, but it doesn't mean you need to sink to a level like that just to sell your music. And that's exactly what Sabrina Carpenter's doing. So as much as I like some of her songs, I do not respect that. When it comes to Olivia Rodrigo, will she be remembered as the voice of heartbreak? Or will she successfully transition into something bigger? And that's the question everybody's watching. I think as a whole, the questions are surrounding not just her and her identity evolving, but what her and her songs represent. When Driver's License came out, many listeners were experiencing the same emotions she was describing. Now those listeners are older, their lives are changing too, their relationships are changing, their priorities are changing. In a weird way, Olivia's musical artistic evolution mirrors the evolution of her audience, in a sense, and that's why I guess this moment feels so important. It's an artist attempting to carry her audience into a new chapter. The question is, will the audience follow? So is writing love songs really a huge risk for Olivia Rodrigo's career? I think the answer is yes, that's pretty obvious. And not because love songs are unpopular, but it's not because fans hate change, but she's challenging the very identity that made her famous in the first place. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you think artists can evolve and change to make a successful transition to something bigger with the same people that made them successful in the first place? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more pop culture videos and more than that, then subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.